Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another feature match commentary on the channel today. So this is going to be the top 16 for the 9th edition of my online Discord tournament, and I am deciding to directly move into the top cut even though the last feature match was still from Swiss, just because with the new format coming, obviously under the ban list that was dropped yesterday, you guys are probably just generally more interested in that, which is totally understandable, and I will have content on the way for that pretty soon, so be sure to stay tuned for that. However, I did decide to, as per your guys' suggestions on the community tab page, feature one match from each of the rounds for the top cut here, and I'm going to do my best to feature some interesting decks, and actually the finals is between two very interesting decks as well. I don't want to give any spoilers, but this matchup here is going to be between Dude 351 on Gouki versus Solar Beam on Tri-Brigade Zoodiac. So at minimum, it'll be, Rogue versus Meta. And I wanted to have some pretty nice games as well. But anyways, if you guys do want to participate in the next tournament, which will be the 10th edition actually, and under the new ban list coming up in July, you guys will have until the end of the month to sign up, and you can find information for that in the Discord server, which is in the description box below as usual. So let's not waste any more time and get started with this matchup without any further ado. So we are going to see Gouki winning the RPS here, and they're going to be choosing to go first in this match. And we actually see the Gouki player on 60 cards, but their opening hand going first is going to be Lancia, Heritage of the Chalice, Ash, Twist Cobra, and Hcabe the Grave. So I imagine Lancia was in here kind of because this tournament was played a while ago, or at least it was started a while ago. So this was a lot more common and also kind of helping to fill out the space for 60 cards in the main deck. But we see Hcabe the Grave as the one of plus combo, so it must be nice. So pretty good. And then the opening hand going second for Tri-Brigade Zoo is going to be Ash, Double Phantasme, Imperm, and Kit. So this hand has a lot of hand traps in it, and that might actually just simplify the game state really, really quickly. So we are going to see the Heritage of the Chalice being activated. That's going to grab a search for a copy of Durendal. They're then going to normal summon this copy of Twist Cobra, then activate Durendal, and then use the effect to search for a copy of Fireflint Lady. And then they're going to special summon Fireflint Lady before linking for, I imagine, Isolde. Yep, and then Isolde and Twist Cobra both going to trigger, so we're going to search Headbat off the Twist Cobra, and then Scorpio off of the Isolde. And then the second effect is going to be met with Imperm, so they decided not to Phantasme on summon because they want to use Imperm instead of Ash here. Which actually definitely works out, because if they did Phantasme and then they Ashed the Isolde, that would have lost a Hcabe the Grave, so... incidentally playing around the 1 of in 60, but definitely it was pretty solid there. So you're just going to set call by and pass. We're going to see a top deck Dynamiscus, so we see obviously some traps here. Lancia actually is just going to be shotgun in standby phase. They're then going to normal summon Kit, and then go into a copy of Almirage, and then use Kit's effect. That's going to go and send Nerval, and then Nerval effect is going to add a copy of another Kit from deck to hand. So actually the Lancia I don't think would have done much this turn, because this play would have been the same anyways. But I'm just going to set Dynamiscus and then pass. We're going to see a top deck Nibiru for turn. So we see a lot of hand traps main decked. We're going to see Isolde being activated for 1. That's going to be met with Ash. And then here comes the Hcabe the Grave. So that's going to summon out a copy of Gouki Guts from deck. And then they're going to activate Headbat. That's going to pitch for Scorpio to summon itself. They're then going to banish True Warriors to add back Phoenix Blade. So they're probably just going to go for a Nightmare play to get rid of this back row. Yeah, Unicorn effect and Headbat are both going to be activated. And then they're going to chain Dynamiscus. That's going to target the Unicorn. They're going to pitch Kit off of that. And then the Headbat is going to resolve to search a copy of Rematch. And then Kit is going to activate. So that's going to go and send a copy of Nerval. And then Nerval effect is going to activate for a copy of Kit. So all 3 Kits are being circulated through. So really it's up to this Phantasme, because Gouki is not normal summoned. And they can also bring back the Scorpio, which has not used its graveyard effect either. So pretty solid. Same with Guts, obviously. Going to rematch to bring back 2 Gouki monsters. And then they're going to go into a copy of Verite Anaconda. So they're also playing Dragoon in this deck. Going to go for Guts and for Scorpio. They're going to chain Phantasme here. Notably, they actually also didn't use Phantasme on the Unicorn summon. I wonder if it's going to make a difference here. Actually, the draws would have been entirely different, so we can't really say if those would have been the draws, since they did go and dump Nerval to add Kit. So maybe they're just trying to deck thin to get a higher probability of drawing into like Nibiru or something, which is fair. But they actually don't find it. They find Chaos and Tenki and put back Phantasme. And then the Gouki searches are going to be Scorpio and Twist Cobra. So again, they haven't normal summoned. And this will actually be extra potential fodder for Dragoon, although there is Amaraj to protect it, which isn't bad. So just getting extra blockers. They're going to normal summon Super X and then use the effect to go and summon out Twist Cobra. They're then going to banish 2 to add back Phoenix Blade. And then Verite Anaconda is going to activate. That's going to pay 2,000 to Fusion Summon. They're going to chain Amaraj to that. And then they're going to protect Phantasme. So out comes Dragoon here. So is there a way to make game here? They can equip Phoenix Blade to... Let's see. They can equip Phoenix Blade to Twist Cobra. They can attack over this. And then they can attack for 500, 35, 34 with Twist Cobra effect on Super X. I don't think that's game, right? Yeah, it will be just short. I think it'll be 1100 short. They're gonna equip Phoenix Blade to the Super X. I guess the math works out the same way. Yes, people always forget about Twist Cobra effect, but it's nice for kind of a pushing lethal through, but not in this case. Super X attack over Phantasme, and then Dragoon attack, Verite attack, and then this will be 34. So maybe they decided not to do it and decided to just keep the Super X on board, which is also fair. Looks like they are going to do it, so they're going to go and attack for the 34, leaving them at 11. And then Super X triggers, that's going to go for a rematch. And then they're going to go ahead and add back Phoenix Blade, and then pass. So they have Dragoon, Ash, Nib, which is pretty good. We're going to see a top deck to Revolt, which is also not bad. They're going to start off by normal summoning Kit, and then they're going to activate the effect by banishing 3. They're going to chain Dragoon to negate it, and then Kit effect is going to activate. It's going to send the last Nerval, and then Nerval is going to add probably Fractal here. And then we're going to see the activation of Chaos, pitching Fractal. That's going to go and summon itself to the field. And then Chaos effect is going to go and banish 4. Yeah, they also chose not to Ash because obviously they used Call by last turn. So this Ash is kind of just dead right now, actually. But we're going to see Shrag come out. So Shrag is going to be activated, and that's going to banish the Dragoon. Then they're going to link summon into a copy of Farigit that triggers a Shrag Engrave. So that's going to add a copy of Fractal from deck to hand. They can summon it off Farigit, but yeah, this just loses to Nib no matter what. But they kind of have to go for the push. They're going to go and activate the Farigit to summon out a copy of Fractal. And then on summon, they're going to go and drop Nibiru. So definitely really solid. That should be a 1600 defense token because all the Goukis have 0 defense, as you're obviously the Link monsters. So they're going to go and add Viscorpio off their Headbat, and then Super X off the Twist Cobra. And Farigit also gets to activate here. So it's going to draw Trap Trick and put back Tenki. And then from here, it's going to set traps and pass. Top deck's going to be Monster Reborn for Gouki, which is very solid. So they're going to go to main phase 1, activate Rematch. That's going to summon back the Headbat as well as the Twist Cobra. They actually are out of Warriors Engraved for Phoenix Blade because they haven't gone through Nightmare Phoenix yet, which is probably what's going to be used to try and eat through the back row. They're going to go for Phoenix and then use Phoenix as well as the Goukis, and then they're going to chain Revolt. So that's going to go and summon back, let's see, these monsters. Yeah, this was properly summoned, just making sure. And then going to go for Shrag. And then the Goukis are going to add back Super X as well as Headbat. And then Farigit, Nerval, and Shrag get to trigger, so they're going to banish the Phoenix just to prevent link climbing. And then going to go for Chaos, and then going to draw Imperm and put it back. And then on Resolution, they're going to actually activate Trap Trick here. And then they're going to set Imperm off that. That's a pretty interesting decision. So that means they're probably going to use Imperm on the Super X because they saw it being searched. I think they know about Viscorpio too, though, as well as the Headbat that was just searched. So even if you negate this, they have Headbat. So I think this might have been a little bit preemptive. Unless if they decide to not use Imperm here. But in that case, maybe you could just hold, or it could just hold the Trap Trick. But yeah, they are going to Imperm the Super X. So they're going to follow up with a copy of Headbat that's going to pitch for Scorpio. And they're going to go for Reborn. So the Reborn obviously wasn't known, but everything else was. They're going to summon back the Twist Cobra, and this definitely should just be a game right here. Yeah, it looks like Solar Beam's going to admit defeat. So a pretty interesting game 1 for sure. I'm not entirely certain if there was another target. Maybe like a Torrential in response to like the Headbat. I mean, Reborn you can't really account for. Like maybe you can like chain Trap Trick to set Torrential in response to like the Headbat effect in hand. and that could have been like a decent way to just try and wipe the board. Still would have been game because of the reborn, but regardless, we're going to move into game 2 here, where it looks like we're going to see the Tri-Brigade Zoodiac go first. If you guys are enjoying this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new here and want to see more commentaries similar to this. But the opening hand for Tri-Brigade Zoo going first this time around is going to be Nerval, Ash, Whiptail, Dynamiscus, and Imperm. So really not a lot going on in this hand either. It's okay. It's not horrible, but we'll see if they go for just like a normal summon of a Zoo or if they try and make plays with Nerval. And then the opening hand for the Gouki deck going second is going to be Living Fossil, Rematch, Lancia, Nib, Ash. So lots of hand traps. Both players drawing at least 2 hand traps every game, actually. But no Gouki monsters at all. So it should be pretty interesting. They're going to actually drop Lancia immediately in standby. So that actually kind of narrows the options to go for. So they might just go for Dryden Pass in that case, which is good to leave Nerval in hand for Dynamiscus anyways. They're going to go for Whiptail as normal summon, and then they're just going to make Dryden. And then they're going to set 2 and then pass. We're going to see a top deck Headbat, so there's 1 Gouki, which will eventually lead into enough material. So that's one of the better draws, I guess, in this deck. Any Gouki would have been fine. They're going to set it and pass. We're going to see a top deck to Wrap here. They're going to normal summon it and then use the effect. That's going to go and send a copy of Ram Ram. And then they're going to go into Shakanine. And then Shakanine effect is going to bring back the copy of the Ram Ram. I wonder if Zoo is going to be still splashing into this deck post the ban list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Because like obviously the Rat combo in this deck is pretty strong. Just getting a free Farid plus another material on board to like help Link Climb, obviously. And then Dryden Zeus is really strong. But a lot of those options are definitely not a factor with Dryden being banned. Like the Rat combo doesn't really get you there anymore. I mean, it still can help a little bit, like with being a Link 2 still. Like it gets you to Farid, but it doesn't get you to Dryden Axis. So definitely is pretty interesting. But we are going to see a Link summon a Farid right here. Speaking of which, yeah, so see, like this Rat combo could be still a thing. Like, because you just ignore the Dryden and this was still able to be summoned this turn. But anyways, we're going to go and see the Nerval being summoned off of the Farid. And then right here, they're going to activate Nibiru. And then that's going to tribute everything but the face down Headbat, of course. So in a pretty good spot. Nerval gets the trigger, but that's going to be Ash. And that is going to cut off pretty much all of the resources for the Tri-Brigade Zoo player. Because none of their traps get them back into their engine. No Revolt. So they're going to pass on this. We can see a top deck to Arctostretch. So there's another Gouki name, which is definitely solid. They're going to normal summon the Arctostretch and then flip up Headbat. And then on flip, they're going to activate Dynamiscus on the Arctostretch. And then they're going to follow up with a copy of Living Fossil on the Ash. They're going to chain Imperm, though. It was actually in the Imperm column. Wow, the 1 column, huh? So they're going to negate Headbat. And then they're just going to link summon into Veritanaconda. And then they're going to go Headbat effect. That's going to go and add a copy of Arctostretch. And then here we go. Here comes Dragoon. And that's just an immediate scoop. Wow. So Gouki actually takes this one 2-0 over Tri-Brigade Zoo. This is another thing that people were kind of, some people were at least were complaining about, is this no hits to Dragoon. What do you guys think? Let me know if you guys thought Dragoon should have been hit. I personally don't think it's like that big of a deal. I mean, it definitely is annoying to play against, but it really only sees play in rogue decks like this one, for example. Like none of the meta decks were really playing it. But I saw like some people wanting, hits to like Red Ice Fusion or like Verite or Dragoon itself. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts, but that's going to be it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. I can't even speak right now. If you want to, you can support me or follow me on all social media platforms or support me with links in the description as usual. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.